Star Hoops, Central Vibes, where the ladies thrive. Breaking it down, highlights come alive, crossovers, threes, hustle don't stop. Women's game shining, we taking it to the top. Handles ridiculous, moves so ferocious. Step backs lethal like poetry in motion. Queens on the court making noise explosion. Game so smooth, no need for promotion. Star Hoop Central, we running the court. Breaking it down, giving fans full support from the tip off to the last buzzer sound. We're here for the love, giving breakdowns profound. Never sleep on this, skill set divine. Buckets dropping like rain, every shot refined. Courts a canvas and they paint with their shine. Passing gems, no look, threads intertwined. Fast breaks, dimes in defense for days. Highlighting greatness in every play. Legends in the making, stars in the fray. Turning up the heat, watch the artistry sway. Star Hoop Central, we running the court. Breaking it down, giving fans full
Star Hoop Central, we reign in the game. Fast break the logic, no time for delay. Full court press, every word that we say. From zones to the man, the schemes we unweave. Breaking the box score, we don't just believe. Debate in the key where clutch get defined. MVP stats or the heart in the grind. Legends get forged in the fires of our chat. Star Hoop Central, where the real game's at.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Stars Hoop Central, where all the stars align. We got HD, IMZO Media, B Sports Buzz, and Showtime On Point Sports. We back in the building, and obviously the WNBA is so back. We had the regular season games, Paige's debut, some more rookie debuts, Kiki and Sonia Citron looking good over there with the Mystics. So much to get into with this, the regular season starting. Super excited to talk about these topics. How's the panel feeling today?
Gucci.
Good. Everybody
man,
good.
Man.
I am
We live already, lock and load.
marvelous today. I feel great. I feel good. How is everyone?
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm excited. Look, so many topics to talk about, juicy topics. Chat, y'all already know what to do on my cadence. Y'all already know I want to hear, or see what y'all have to say as well. I'm not going to take too long. Not going to do no long talking. We're going to hop into the first subject and kind of get into it. Chicago Sky versus Fever takeaways. We got to talk about the takeaways from that game on the court, X's and O's. What we saw, what we would have liked to see on both sides, to be honest with you. So with that being said, the first person I want to hear from is Zoe. What was your Chicago Sky versus Fever takeaways?
Chicago Sky got a long way to go. The Fever in trouble if they don't get Kelsey Mitchell going. Tyler Marsh is in over his head. Man, I got a lot, man. Look, man, it was a horrible game, start to finish. I really wanted to turn my TV off in the second quarter. I seen where it was going. Tyler Marsh did not prepare the Chicago Sky to come out and play. That game is solely on him. You're not a developmental coach anymore. You don't work for the Las Vegas Aces. I don't know if ain't get the memo yet. I don't know if maybe his key card probably still got Las Vegas Aces on it. I don't think Tyler Marsh knows he's the Chicago Sky head coach. I think he's just with the team because Aces didn't play Saturday. I don't know what look. He doesn't even know his team. He don't know the players. He hasn't narrowed down the rotation. The offense, the defense looks horrible. He didn't get them prepared to play in Indiana, and we about to get to that in a little bit. Like, you got to get your team prepared to play no matter what. He didn't make no halftime adjustments. His rotations were horrible to start the game. He didn't run plays for Ariel Atkins. He didn't really get Angel Reese that involved. A lot of her points were hustle points. I mean, it was bad. It was very bad. Chicago Sky got a long way to go, and I know everybody is up in glory about the Fever. I'm going to tell you, any competent starting five could beat them. Chicago Sky does not have a starting five, so they made Indiana actually look better than they actually are. Because if Chicago actually had a starting five, they would have actually been winning that game in the first half. Indiana played horrible in the first half. Missed layups, turnovers, air balls. Like, even Caitlin Clark had an air ball hit the side of the rim that for some reason got disappeared from the internet. Like, we didn't watch the game. For some reason, it just got wiped off the internet. I even went back and watched the game. Ain't even on League Pass no more. The shot, the tape skipped. I don't know what happened, but the air ball ain't there no more. Look, man, Indiana Fever does not have a bench. Sophie Cunningham coming back is not going to help you. She's literally just one step above Lexi Hall, and Lexi Hall was out there shooting wide open and shooting air balls, wasn't even touching the rim. She's shooting air balls from the. How you shoot an air ball from the short corner? Anybody who played basketball before, they probably laughing at me. How you shoot an air ball from the short corner? You literally just got to put the ball in the air and go hit the rim. How you from the short corner? Look, man, look.
Right to work.
Chicago Sky needs to really, really, really think about their starting lineup. Tyler Marsh needs to really, really think about the culture of this team. See, Tyler Marsh's biggest mistake is he signed up for this job without doing his due diligence. Jeff Teague's first mistake was he hired Tyler Marsh without understanding what kind of team he had. It's just not a fit. The Chicago Sky on Saturday proved they do not need a developmental coach. They need a coach who actually knows what good basketball looks like. They need a coach that has control of their team. They need a coach who can make adjustments and hold himself accountable. Because in Saturday's game, he did nothing that a head coach should do. He didn't rail his team in. He didn't hold himself accountable for making adjustments. He didn't hold his team accountable for getting back on defense. They were out there just turning the ball over. I don't know where Rachel Banham, Kia Nurse, Michaela, I don't know where they get these green lights from, but he needs to take them away. I don't know who gave him green lights. First of all, I need to know what Kia Nurse has done in her career to be a starting three and be stuck there. Like, you can't remove her. I need to know what she's done in her career where she's solidified at the three and you can't bench her. She was horrible. Everybody was getting by her. She was getting backdoored. She was shooting air balls. She was missing layups, bad passes. Look, man. Any competent team can beat the Indiana Fever. I don't care how obnoxious their crowd is. Indiana Fever ain't built like that. They don't have a bench, and they starting five still hasn't figured it out. Don't let that win fool you. If you watch that game, Chicago literally didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They got on offense and were shocked that they had 5 people guarding them. Like at practice, they're playing 5-on-3. Every time they came down court, they didn't even know what to do. They were looking at each other, dribbling the ball at the top of the key. No action, no off-ball screens, nothing. Didn't Vandersloot just say in her interview that she couldn't wait to run pick and rolls with Camilla? How many pick and rolls did Vandersloot and Camilla run?
Less than 2 or 3. It wasn't even that.
I'm confused. I'm confused. This is not a good look, but they got Liberty next. They need to put the game behind them. Hey, we gonna take care of the crowd, Angel Reese. We gonna take care of the hate, Angel Reese. We got you. We need you to get prepared for the Liberty. And I'll leave it right there.
Listen, all great points. Listen, I'm gonna just say my piece. I personally, if this is what we was gonna do, we could have just stuck with what we was gonna do in the beginning to me, which is build through the draft. That's my personal opinion. I just feel like we might as well have always just did that. If this is what we're gonna, like, we gave away. I'm happy to have Ariel Atkins, but not for this. Like, she don't even deserve this. Tyler Marsh didn't get her active at all in that game. He coached his seat. I really didn't like seeing that. Like, he barely got up. I didn't know what to expect, but I just wasn't expecting that. I just kind of feel like we should have just rebuilt the right way. I just don't think we should have even did it this way if this was what we was going to do. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to make it to the playoffs. I'm not saying that, but we about to watch some ugly basketball. That's for sure. I don't think he has it, to be honest with you. 4 points is crazy work. Yeah, I mean, it's just wild. But B, what you got on this?
It's a lot to unpack. I've actually went back and watched the game twice, slowed it down, looked at film, and there's a lot of blame to go around. One, Tyler, for not making adjustments, for basically being stubborn in what he thought would work and not addressing the game as the game went on. And going back and watching the film too, the players played bad. And I can put a lot of blame on Tyler for not making adjustments, not adjusting in the game as the game went on. I can't put blame on Tyler for them missing wide open shots. And they missed a lot of wide open shots. Shots that I will hope as the season go on they can make, because they were there. They were there. They just flat out missed them. Sloop played bad. Everybody on the team played bad outside of Angel. And even if you look at her game, you would probably say, shoot, she played bad. But everybody played bad. And this is, I went on a rant to myself privately because it irritates me coming from somebody that was undersized and playing the post. I don't know who's teaching Camila Cardoza how to seal, because they are not teaching her how to seal properly. She seals at the free throw line. She's not going to win any matchup like that. And it irritates me, wholeheartedly irritates me, because she has to put the ball down too much just to get to the rim. And she's passing it back out. And you know what? I take it back. The only other player I think played well to me was Beck Allen. And it's unfortunate that she's the one that's coming off the bench, because I saw her play better than Kia Nurse, and I always thought that she would probably be that starter other than Kia Nurse. And that game kind of solidified it for me. Her game wasn't way better than Kia's at any part. But when she came in the game, the team looked a little bit better than when Kia was in the game. But the Sky just stink. And we got BTA. We got embarrassed on national TV with a whole lot of things that went on. But my hope is that I'm probably not hitting the panic button just yet, because we started out 2-1 last season and missed the playoffs and sucked. So losing a couple of games in bad fashion, I hope a competent coach can grow from that. Because you saw what the problem is, what the problem was. Losing that in that fashion allows you to see a lot of holes in your team. Now it's up to Tyler Marsh to address those holes and make sure they don't continue to happen, because on defense, people were a step late. People were a step late. People were out of position. People wasn't communicating. Like, it was a lack of communication. And Ariel Atkins got in the press conference and said, we have to communicate on defense. Ariel Atkins got blown up on the screen because she didn't even know the screen was coming because nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. And to Zoe's point, in no world should Kia Nurse, Rachel Banham, Beck Allen, Vandersloot, Michaela, any of them get more shots than Ariel Atkins. If we gonna do a shot chart and you change between Angel, Camilla, and Ariel Atkins getting the most shots within games, I'm fine with that. But none of them other players should be in the top 3 in shots that we get during the game. Ariel Atkins just wasn't used, and she didn't even play bad. When she got her shot, she made them. She just wasn't used at all. And it was kind of frustrating to see because I saw them focusing, and it was one play where you can tell that they were so keen on running the play instead of playing basketball. It was a double screen for Sloot to come off the screen from Angel and Camilla. Camilla completely blew up Lexi Hole to the point where Lexi Hole hit the ground. Angel was still standing there waiting to screen Lexi Hole. Basketball lets you know once she hit the ground, your screen was set already. You don't even have to stand there and set the screen no more. But she did, and it wastes time on the shot clock. And it was a lot of plays that happened like that during the game. And my hope is that Tyler proves that, because yes, you lost in the first game and you lost bad and you got beat. But if you are the coach that you say you want to become, the next game you don't get beat like that because you addressed it in film. That's all I got for you. I ain't even gonna speak on the Fever. I don't care much about them.
That's fair, B. That's fair. What you got, HD?
Prince and B basically touched on dang near everything. I think the main thing is I wanted to see if we didn't make shots, how would he adjust? How would we go to the post? How would we run the pick and rolls? Like, how would we? My opinion, I felt like he should have benched Sluty. He should have threw HVL in there to switch the pace up. Like, I'm not saying HVL is going to come in and just shock the world, but I at least wanted to see what she would do with our 2 young bigs. Also, I did not like I felt like he took Miller and Angel out way too early. Usually, like, why would you take them out and Tasha Howard and AB still in the game? I thought when you put Becca and Onawariye in or E. Will, they just torched them. Like, you should have never put them in there to get that smoke. And E. Will's not bad as all of us or anybody really saying, but you got to match. You got to play it like chess. You got to know the moves. You can't just say, I'm going to go by my minutes. Okay, you played this many minutes. I'm going to take you out and I'm going to put you. You don't have time for that. He has to have a better feel for the game. I don't think he has a feel for the game. Like, he literally was acting as an assistant coach. Like, that whole ordeal with Angel and Caitlin and stuff, he was supposed to be on the floor stomping, going off at the ref, supposed to be talking to the ref about these extra fouls. I don't feel he showed that he had his team's back. And I think that's going to be the thing this year, that is the team going to follow him? Are they going to look to him? Because I don't think they look at him. I think they look at him like, after that game, you got to do some talking after that game, because I believe they quit on him. I think they quit. They was done because nothing was working, and he wasn't giving them any assurance that, yo, we can get back in this game, we can fight, we can. And to me, I felt he could have called some timeouts way earlier just to get them back in control of the game. He lost the game to me going into the second quarter. He lost the game to me. He just did. Like, and then I didn't see him communicating with his other chairs next to him. He was always looking to Tanisha Wright, which I don't know why. I'm not a fan of Tanisha Wright as a coach. I didn't like her in Atlanta. And I'm just saying, you got other coaches, like, go talk to them and see what they're seeing. I don't think he did that. And not only that, it's okay to bench a player and go to the deep part of your bench to see what can work. It's okay. You're not going to go to coach in jail. He could have gave somebody a shot. I know I'm not saying Maddie or HVL are the best, but I would have gave him some blow, like to see what could we do, like to try to switch it up. You don't know. If he's going to continue this throughout the season, I don't even know if we'll win as many games. Like, seriously, he really has to sit down and get out of that assistant coach mode. I don't know how he does it, but he has to show his team and assure them that we will come back, we will bounce back. Like I think Prince said when we're coming on, that if we are at least competitive in the next game, like that shows he hasn't lost the team. But if we come out and get blown out again, you might have to make a change. I know it's 2 games, but if we get blown out again, I don't know. He lost the team. Now the Fever, they did what I expected them to do. Let them, like when you turn the ball over and they get in transition, you're not going to win that. We missed some shots to capitalize on when they were missing. And I felt like we didn't attack enough. We didn't go at Caitlin Clark on defense enough, or DeWanna Bonner. We kind of left them off the hook a lot the whole game. So I think we just need to clean that up. Pray that the team didn't lose it. But the Fever, I still got my doubts about them. I don't really see a top 3 team or 4. I still think they're going to be around 5 or 6 until they show me something otherwise. But congrats to them. They won, whatever. I hate your fans. I hate your state. But hey, shout out to you as a team winning. But I hate your fans. I hate your state. I hate the people that associated with you. But there we go.
Mr. Diabolical.
Yeah. Yeah, to be clear, like, I don't think anybody necessarily expected that. I had them winning per se, but it wasn't that they lost. I think y'all not hearing that. It's not that they lost, it's how they lost. And damn near by how much. We never lost a game that much last year. And we fought. Every game we fought. That's one thing about it. We fought every game that we played. So it was just weird seeing it. You know, I just feel like we have the same team as last year, but in a different font. Like it's the same team, but it's the same situation, but in a different font. And it's like you can't have it both ways, right? Like people didn't like Teaspoon, people didn't like Kennedy, or you know, all of this other stuff. But it's like Teaspoon was a player, so she understood the passion, she understood the fight that you had to have. She never sat down. She never sat down coaching, and she always was speaking to them in a way that would have them go out there and keep fighting. I just didn't see that from him this first game. So I'm hoping even when we play New York, like I want to see him be like, the team is one thing or another. We don't have a good roster, in my opinion, and like that great of a roster. So that's just one thing about it. But I really want to see how he's going to coach. He's supposed to be our coach for the next few years. So it's like, I really want to see more from him. What's up?
Or should have got a tech last game.
That's what I'm saying, B. Like, what's going on? That's what I'm saying.
Because it was 3 plays in a row where Camila Cardoso was clearly fouled.
She was hacked. And he didn't do nothing. He sat in his chair, be like this.
And it, like I said, it go both ways, because as a player on the court, a lot of these players are not, outside of Angel and Camilla, they are seasoned veteran players. The game plan coming in couldn't have been to continue. First off, you playing the Indiana Fever. You know the style of basketball they want to play. You miss long shots, your ass is grass.
Transition.
If they get the rebound, they're gone out. they continued to miss long shots. None of the veterans on the floor said, let's change this. We can change it. F was Tyler saying, we can change it. Let's go do something different. None of them did that. And it was just all around disappointing for the team in itself. Like, nobody protect. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody protect the Angel.
Before show go, Prince, I just got a real quick question. You being a point guard, Vandersloot, being the seasoned vet she is, she may have lost probably a couple steps. What would you have liked her to do in that situation? Like when it was pouring on, like, did you want to see her take more control, take more action? Like, what would you have done if you were Vandersloot in this situation?
First of all, as the point guard, you can't let the game get out of control. Like, right. The coach can implement the game plan, but you got to go out there and facilitate it. Too many quick shots in the first quarter. If you're looking at the game as the leader on the floor, you have to understand you're in a hostile environment. This is the first game of the season. Your team isn't really in rhythm yet. It's the first game. As the leader on the floor, you have to say, okay, I'm gonna do my darnest to make sure we stay composed and under control and understand every play matters. She didn't make them feel or give them the understanding in the first quarter that every play mattered. You got to slow the game down. You got to get them into sets. You got to get them moving. You got to let them know what the deal is in the first quarter. She didn't set the tone as the player on the court. That's why I agree with B. The blame goes both ways. It's the player and the coach. Yes, Tyler March's game plan probably even wasn't going to be successful, right? But Vandersloot is a seasoned veteran that's won championships on two different teams. She's been around Hall of Famers. She's been in hostile environments where it's been rivalry games. She needed Angel Reese, Camilla, Rachel, Ariel Atkins, all of them. They actually needed Vandersloot's experience more than her game. And she didn't realize that. They needed her experience more than they needed her to assist the basketball. And she never realized that. So that's where I'm at with her. She never realized what they actually needed from her.
And I wish they had stopped allowing Rachel Bannon to run a point guard. I don't know who.
Please.
I don't know who.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about. Look, let me hear what Showtime On Point Sports got to say.
Look at man. The any on the field, they played like it was a championship on the line. They took this game very serious, and Chicago didn't come prepared. They were SOFT, soft. Once again, Aaliyah Boston controlled the whole damn paint. That's what we lost the game at. It started with AB. She dominated her matchup, Camilla. We all talked about this. Our way of beating Indiana is we have to control the paint. We control the paint, we control the game. Camilla is not taking this matchup personal. That's what I don't like. I understand that show, y'all play together, South Carolina, all that. I need you to put AB on the ass. Let her know, man. Ain't none of this going on no more. Sorry, big sister. I have arrived. Look, man, I need her to play more physicality, more toughness. Like, take it personal. At some point, even when you play against your brother, your homeboy, you take those matchups personal.
Yeah.
You gotta play with some kind of pride. I didn't see that. They ain't play with no pride. They was content with losing. They was content with not getting back in transition. Transition defense been horrible the last two games. That's including the last preseason game against Minnesota. I thought the first two games of the preseason looked really good. I don't know what's going on these last couple games. This team looked like they had no training camp. They had no training camp, no real practicing going on, no structure, no real X's O's I'm seeing on the court. You putting Angel in a bad position. You telling her to bring the ball up, but hey, everybody just standing around. Who couldn't? Nobody. Camilla, she asked for the ball, But damn, she more closer to the 3-point line than she is to the goal. How you gonna expect to get in the easy buckets? You posting out close to the 3-point line than you to the goal. Get that ass right there on the block. Stop letting AB punk you. I keep telling y'all, that's what we got our ass kicked at. And Natasha Howard, she chipped in, got to the free throw line. It's no look, but I understand. Look here. There's no at some point, man. She need to let everybody know. AB, you're not finna mess with me. I'm 6'7", and you ain't. I got 2 inches over you, and look, I'm not finna keep letting you bully me. Just it's a pride thing, man. Pride thing. I hate to lose. I hate to lose. I don't care who I'm going up against. I'm gonna be pushing you. We're gonna be bumping. I'm just to let you know I'm not going nowhere. You're not finna be punking me. AB punked us. Punked Chicago once again, and it was easy. They got whatever they want, how they want it. What is this team, bro? What is the system? What is the system?
I mean,
now,
want to run fast.
With all that being said, I'm not panicking. It's one game. I'm going to give him time. Me personally, I'm going to give him time. I'm going to give him time as a rookie head coach to figure it out, because we do have 43 more games. And okay, I like what he said. This game right here won't define the season. I promise you that. Cool. I'm glad you're saying that, because that's the right mentality to have at the ass kicking like this. But at some point, we gotta start seeing some results, some good results. Show everybody why JLP brought you here. Show everybody why you was the right guy for the job. It shouldn't take that long. These rotations, not good. Had Camilla and Angel on the bench way too damn long. You can't. I always have a problem with this as a basketball fan. I hate when a team puts their best players on the bench while the other team got their best players on the floor.
Thank you. It don't make no sense.
Simple math.
Especially Chicago. They have no bench. Who can you pencil in who gonna come off the bench and give you 11 points? Can you name one person? There's no guarantee. HVL, she's still trying to figure out the WNBA game. She's still trying to figure it out. I would much rather her get the playing time than to give it to anybody else they got on the team right now. I mean, why not? What you waiting on? What's she earning a spot for? Man, that spot is dealt. Look, no disrespect. Rachel Bannon just dealt by default. By default.
Contractually, they did.
Like all of those players on the, and this no disrespect to none of them. I promise you that. But let's just be honest. None of those players, probably other than E. Will, would be in a rotation on any other team, any of them top teams in the league. None of them players be in a rotation. Nope. Michaela, she's you got her playing the 4, looks very uncomfortable. She looks very uncomfortable. I don't like it. Don't rebound enough. You don't have the skill set to play the 4. Just because you're big doesn't mean, like, just because you're the same size as 4s don't mean you can play the 4. You got to have a specific skill set to play the 4.
Yeah.
She don't have that. So they don't really have a legit backup 4. That's why some of these draft picks, I know it's early, but some of these draft picks don't really make sense if you're trying to make the playoffs this year. JLP, if you're trying to make the playoffs this year, your draft picks ain't really adding up to me. You draft a player that's not playing this year. Then you turn around, you draft HVL, you ain't even playing her unless it's a blowout. And then the other picks, Maddie Westbell look like she's 3 years away. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yes.
I'm looking at players. Don't get me started on Sonny Central, for God's sake. And I like her, and I'm glad you got Ariel Atkins, but don't get me started on Sonny Central. You're gonna piss out a lot of people. Cause look, I was sold on Sonny Central. They kept telling me she's not worth the top 3 pick.
Bruh.
So I'm like, okay, well, look, whatever they do, I'm gonna support it. Whatever they do, I'm gonna support it. I have no problem with that. I'm just here. I'm just trying to support. But guess what? I need y'all to give me a great, valid reason to support. Don't just put some crap together and tell some bold-faced lie and say we're trying to compete. and then you go draft players that's not even playing this year. You draft a player that's not even playing this year with your highest pick. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with that pick, man?
Yeah.
What is that serving us any purpose? That's not serving us any purpose. You take the best player available. No disrespect to Cisco, she wasn't the best player available.
I wanted
according to
Citron.
Leonine, according to Pow, she wasn't the best player available at that 10 spot. I said Pow or I'll call HVL or Leonine. Y'all did a great job of breaking it down. My brothers and sisters on this panel, y'all did a great job breaking it down, what direction they want to go with, and I was cool with it. I'm here to support. Take the best player available. He didn't do that. He trying to convince everybody else. He's smarter than everybody. He's smarter than everybody else. You ain't looking smarter than everybody else, homie. All your moves look like you did this to try to change the reputation. This looks more about we gotta change the reputation instead of trying to win. No, bro. Look here, Playboy. You got a rookie head coach. 2 of your best players are rookies. That was never a good combination in sports, homie. Basketball, football, that's never a good combination. You fired Teaspoon to go get not another coach that had experience, which you probably should have did. But again, I ain't gonna do Marsh like that. I'm gonna give him time. I'm gonna ride with him until we'll see. We'll see down the line. But if you're gonna go the young route, go get a veteran coach. I don't like the combination of veteran coach. I'm sorry, rookie coach and rookie players. You're not gonna win like that. A rookie coach is only good for veteran players because they're going to make his job easy. You got a bunch of veterans that have been around the league. Yeah, they know how to play basketball. They'll figure it out together. But rookie head coach with a bunch of rookie players, your best players, they still trying to figure it out. They still trying to figure out. They still haven't been utilized the right way. We still ain't got the best Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. And I'm not sure because I'm more looking at the structure more than just them. Because I believe in their talent. They have shown me enough to believe in them. But Tyler Marsh, time is ticking, homie. Don't tell us that this is all about winning. Don't tell us you're going to bring structure. Don't tell us you're going to hold people accountable. And then you sit back and you watch your best player get pushed down and you don't get up and throw a damn chair. What we doing, man? I need to see some heart, Tyler. I need to see some heart. Take them smart glasses off. I need to see you turn red every single time they don't give us calls. I need to see you raising your voice a little bit more in them press conferences. Put some bass in your voice. Let them know, hey man, this ain't that. Chicago, we gonna bring that gritty. We're gonna be gritty. We're gonna be grimy on the basketball court. That's our identity. I ain't seeing that. Y'all, now he told me he wants to be. Oh, we want Chicago. We want the team to be gritty. We want the team to be grimy. But I ain't see that on the basketball court. This look like a team that look like y'all not even. It's like it feels like to me. This some PE time. The whole thing feel like PE. Y'all just come together and play together like it's PE or something at school. What we doing? Look here, bro. Game number 1. That's a blowout. Throw it away. Game number 2, New York. I need to see some progress. I got patience though, but my patience gonna run out. Come on, let's go.
Boy, yeah. Look, all good, all facts. All facts. Showtime. Listen, when I was crashing out about us giving away the number 3 pick, people told me I was crazy. And I'm so glad we have Ariel Atkins. But if Tyler Marsh ain't gonna unlock her, or not even unlock her, but set her up for success because she's already a great player. Like, what was the point of that? I mean, we could have just got her in 2026 then and still got Sonya Citron if we keeping it a green bean. Or we
wouldn't have worked. You would have ruined her. You would have ruined her.
She would have been a rookie.
Sonya Citron. I think people are not looking at the gist of basketball. Sonya Citron wouldn't have looked like she looked.
Yeah, you would have ruined her.
You would have.
Period.
Right. Citron would have did. She would have
bad coach is
like
a bad coach.
Trash. Right.
Yeah,
She would have
like,
looked. She would
I
have
get
looked
that.
bad with this
I
team.
get that. Look, if y'all would let me finish my statement, then y'all would hear like me flesh it out. Two things could be true. I get that. He's not a good coach right now, or he isn't showing he's a good coach, or he thinks he's a smarter coach than he is. Two things could be true. I'm glad we have Ariel Atkins. I'm not saying we shouldn't have got her, but also I do feel like how I felt was valid. And he's
No, your feelings was valid.
that's
No, it was
all I'm
valid.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm not
Feeling-
Lord.
Your feelings was valid. I also think it's kind of unfair, and I've been going back and forth on Twitter about this, and I'm actually probably going to deactivate my Twitter. I think it's unfair to Ariel Atkins for people to say we shouldn't have traded the number 3 pick for her because she didn't ask for us to trade the number 3 pick for her.
No,
She just did not. She didn't. I think it's unfair to compare Sonya Citron to her because
I don't compare the two though.
No,
that's
you not.
That's not right on Ariel Atkins though. Ariel Atkins be fine with us. I'm more so, be honest with you, B. I'm more pissed off at what he did with the 10th pick than him trading for
Exactly. That's what I'm mad at.
I'm fine with Ariel Atkins.
Right.
I like Ariel Atkins.
I'm mad at the 10th pick for a player that we're not even gonna see till next year.
But
if next year.
Yeah, other than Ariel Atkins, what have Jeff P done this offseason?
Hey, look, man, we gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this, man.
Bro. I'm saying, what if he, outside of getting Ariel Atkins, what did he do that's gonna help this team win? What did he do?
But I've been saying that.
It's all about this year. You keep telling us we want to make the playoffs, but you ain't make the moves to make the playoffs. You still got Mo Jefferson and Rachel Banner as some big dogs in the rotation. That's nasty work right there.
We gotta stop this, man. Look, man. Look, man. Ariel Atkins was the best player on the floor on both teams. I don't know what the hell people are watching. Ariel Atkins held the Indiana Fever 3 for 16. Ariel Atkins had the best shooting percentage from 3 in the field. Ariel Atkins was second on our team in assists. Ariel Atkins was second on our team. What are we doing here? Ariel Atkins was the best. Don't you know Ariel Atkins had to guard Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell? And did you? How many times did the commentator say, wow, great shot by Kelsey Mitchell? Pay attention to the play, not the player. What are we doing? This is crazy. What are we? Ariel Atkins was the best. Ariel Atkins played the way Ariel Atkins played yesterday. I would have gave him the number 1 pick. What are we? Are y'all kidding me right now? Right. This is crazy. Are y'all kidding me?
I'm with you on that.
I agree. That's why I think it's kind of, and I'm not saying it's coming from the paddle. I'm saying in general, from what I've been hearing, it's very unfair to her.
But B,
none of that.
But B, look at this. But B, Ariel's fine. Let's bring this back. I am upset. We were upset with the 10th pick that he picked. You picked a player that might not even come next year. They say she could come, but she could say I'm out. I don't have a problem with the Ariel. People got to understand Ariel Atkins is fine. The problem is your rest of your picks that you pick. If you pick them, just play them. I just wanted them to play somebody. Don't stick with the same beat lineup if you ain't going nowhere.
Listen, but also to be clear though, if he mess up a Sonya Citron, that's one thing, right? If he mess up an Ariel Atkins going into the 2026 blow up, that is not a good look for us. Instead of it's over with. It's a wash. We got her already. I'm glad we have her, but what can happen if he does not figure it out with her could be more detrimental than if we would have got the number 3 pick. Because we need to sell vets. We need to sell vets. We need to sell vets.
If Tyler Morris doesn't figure out, Ariel Atkins is going.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's literally what I'm trying to say. The versus scenario is we would have got a rookie, Sonya Citron, locked her into a 4-year contract, and got Ariel in 2026 when she's a free agent. Instead of we got her now, and he might not win her over. and also may not win other vets over, which we need in 2026.
If Tyler Marsh doesn't figure out Ariel Atkins by game 15, he needs to be fired.
Like, what are we talking about?
Him still being on this team after game 15 could hinder the Chicago Sky for the next 3 years.
I agree.
And that's why I'm not panicking, but I see the
B, you gotta panic, B.
No, I'm gonna say that. I see where people are.
What are we doing?
People are having a lot of uncertainty because the rotations are trash. And if the rotation is gonna continue to be this, the team gonna continue to be trash.
But that's all we're seeing is that's all it is the rotation. We need him to, when your shots aren't falling, adjust. That's all I want to see from him. Don't stick to the same plan if it's not working. Look, we got the roster now. It is what it is. Now what you got to do is your job on the line. You can't keep going in there with the same BS plan. Oh, we're going to shoot threes. Your threes ain't falling. Now what you finna do? What you finna do now? He kept going back. This would piss me off. He kept going back to the same game plan. Let's keep shooting threes. It's not working. Try something different. All I want to see him to do is try something different, be competitive. I'm not expecting him to go out and win a championship. I just want you to do your goddamn job and not look like you're a coach.
I'm confused about first-year head coaches and how we grade them. I am confused. When you become a head coach, do you lose all your experience from being around basketball for 10 plus years? Like, people always talking about give coaches grace. They have been around. Why you think coaches get fired in their first season? Why you think that in every sport? Tyler Marsh ain't going to be the first coach to get. Teaspoon literally just got 4 coaches got fired in their first season last year. Y'all know that, right? And we only talked about Teaspoon. Y'all know that, right? A lot of people think Chicago Sky and the Fever are the only teams in the WNBA sometimes. Y'all confuse me. 4 coaches got fired in their first year last year. In the NFL, 2 coaches got fired last year in their first year. That happens all the time. You can't give coaches grace for first year of coaching, making simple mistakes that an AAU coach would know. We gotta be honest here, man. Some of his mistakes, my grandma knows just watching basketball.
But here's my problem though, Prince. Why would you? Here's my biggest thing, and again, Tyler Marsh may figure it out. But look, I'm just saying, why would you fire a rookie head coach to hire another rookie head coach? You don't go get another rookie head coach. You go get you somebody that know basketball.
This is literally all I've been saying.
We know why Jeff P did.
But this team right here
don't make sense.
They need a fire lit in their ass. I'm telling y'all right now. I know what kind of player Camilla is. Camilla one of those players, very talented, skilled, but she needs somebody to put a batter in her back.
I'm sick of that.
What it is. She needs somebody to light a fire. I'm not saying in a disrespectful way. I used to say this by Anthony Davis. She needs somebody to light a fire in her ass.
It's corny.
Piss her off or something.
But she not Anthony Davis though, show. Even when Anthony Davis was playing like he needed a fire underneath him, he was still giving you 25 and 12. Camilla is giving you 8 and 6.
Yeah.
If she gonna give you 8 and 6 and go to the and play like that and need fire, she need to go to the bench.
I shouldn't have to wake you up you should wake up being and being 6'7", you should wake up thinking you the best player in the world. I shouldn't have to call you and tell you to be the best player in the world. You should wake up being like, I'm going to be the most dominant player on this court. And that's what bothers me with Camilla a lot, because it's like everybody keeps saying she needs to be motivated. You should be motivated by just playing the game of basketball. You love this game, right?
Like, look, listen, I'm like this. I'm like this now. If you come down court and you ain't coming down court and you setting a hard seal to knock that person back and demand the ball, I'm sitting you out. Thanks. I'm just gonna take you out next play. Listen, you're gonna have to do that, because if you don't do that, she's gonna keep doing the same thing. You're gonna have to, depending on how she comes out. If she don't sit that big booty right there, knock them back and get that ball in the post, demand it, she got to sit down.
She just
got to.
Camilla plays like I did. I couldn't do anything else because I was 6'7". That's how she plays. I had to play basketball because I'm 6'7". I don't like it. This ain't my passion, but I'm 6'7", so I might as well do it. That's how she
you
plays.
can go that far. There's really players like that. I had one on my team.
He literally played.
He was 6'5" and only played basketball because he didn't want to get hit as a wide receiver.
And I tell people this. Camilla's biggest disadvantage was being 6'7", and that's gonna go over people's head. But this is why
it will.
Coming from a 5'9" player that played the post, I had to learn how to be a dog.
Yeah,
she never had to learn how to be a dog.
Never had to. Right.
That's a problem. And I hate reading the comments, but somebody just said something really funny. Angel was on the perimeter and got 17 rebounds. Camilla was under the rim and got 8. That can't happen.
Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Look. I'm judging her off her first play. Running down the court. If she don't get her ass on the court and seal and show me aggression, I'm gonna sit you on the bench.
See, AZ,
you don't have to do that.
It go 2 ways too, and I hate putting all the blame on the players because coaches get blamed too. You seen this player in practice from how many schools she went to, and nobody saw that she was sealing wrong and said, reload. This is where I want you. Nobody said that. Everybody just continued to let her go. Yeah. And I didn't watch practice videos of her sealing Courtney Paris wrong. Courtney Paris ain't reload and say, you sealing me wrong. This is what she is a box at the bottom of the free throw line. Camilla shouldn't be nowhere outside of that box.
No.
People gotta have a second job to motivate Camilla. That's crazy. In the WNBA, maybe in college, but in the WNBA, we can't keep doing that. And show one of your favorite players, your favorite quarterback, Tom Brady. He don't play like that. Look, when that new dude went over to Tampa Bay, and the players say they like playing with him more than they like playing with Tom. Tom said on national television, this ain't no daycare. I came here to win.
Oh, you talking about with Baker Mayfield? They like playing, and he just
They don't like playing with Tom.
I went to go cuss. I went to go cuss some Bucks fans out after that. I'm blocked. I'm just saying, a lot of them out. Yeah, I'm blocked.
I'm just saying.
I don't care about having fun. If we're not winning, I'm not having fun. I don't care about if we go drinking together, we go party, we're buddy, we hug. If we're not winning, I don't want you around me. I'm serious.
That sound like
that's me. Well, I don't want you around me.
Well, that sound like a bunch of soft dudes that I don't want on my team. You gotta be comfortable. You gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's my point, though. So you're making my point with Camilla, though. That's your favorite QB said that.
Well, I'm
making my point with Camilla. She gotta pull that out of herself.
And that's why I wanted Mike Evans gone 3 years ago, because of that mentality. He has that mentality, and that's why Brady used to cuss him out every day, because he's soft.
This is my thing. All right, so I like to get to the to some kind of solution. I mean, what is the solution? We gonna change the lineup. I don't know how long it's gonna take for him not to play AFL. Play AFL more. What we waiting on? What's the solution? Again, to me, man, you gotta want this for yourself, though, bro. Look yourself in the mirror. Do you want to be do you want to be an all-time great? Because Don Staley said, look, Camilla gonna one of the greatest bigs in WNBA history. But do she want that for herself? If she want that for herself, she got into pride in herself.
We gotta ask this question, Show.
Because this is pissing me off.
You got to.
This will piss me off. Stop letting AB bully you. Stop it. That pisses me off.
And the crazy thing is, she didn't even let Asia bully her. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I've seen her do
That's what I don't understand. You don't let Asia bully you, but you let an AB. That's you supposed to go at her.
She's just not consistent, because I've seen her do ABN. She's just not consistent, and that's even more frustrating.
One time. There's the problem. I need it every game. Why I can't get this every game?
Key. After that thing with Angel, Miller should have hard fouled whoever came down the hole next. That's what you were supposed to do.
Look, y'all can't have
and
it
she
both
ain't
ways.
even do it.
Y'all
Like,
can't have
because
it
that's
both
what I
ways.
would have done. I would have hard
Y'all can't
fouled
have
if
it
you
both
hard fouled
ways.
my
I
teammate.
wanted
I'm
to
gonna hard
rehaul the
against
team
play.
and have a nicer team and all that. You can't have it both ways. Now we got a nicer team. Angel
Nah,
ain't got no
it's a difference between nice and not being pushovers.
Thank
I'm a
you.
nice person,
Thank
but
you,
I'm
B.
not.
But
Exactly.
look, B, you can't have it both ways.
I'm a nice person, but I ain't a pushover.
Right.
You can't have it both
Exactly.
ways. That's all I'm saying. But look,
You
so the
actually
next
can,
question
because I'm a
after
nice
we,
person. I'm just not
Listen,
a
I'm
pushover.
nice and I'm going to
You
slap
gonna
you. I
put
don't
somebody
care.
on their butt and
I
and
don't
the reason
care.
is this team is the same team but in a different font. They just rehauled the team into a certain they got rid of all the dogs. We can't have it both ways. They got rid of a dog coach. They got rid of all the dogs. It's cool. But look, what's the next step for the Chicago Sky then? We just talked about what we didn't like, well, all of that. And we said what we want to see. But what's tangible? Let's say some tangible things that if he that maybe we could either defeat the New York Liberty or we at least are competitive and don't lose by as much as we lost before. I would like to hear y'all opinion on that.
Look here, man. I expect them. Go ahead.
B, go ahead, B. You was about to say something. Go ahead.
For me, I think it's both parties. As a player, you have to be embarrassed by getting beat by almost 50. And it can't happen again. If I'm going to lose, I ain't losing by no more than 10 ever again. No time this season. Because every time you get over 10, you're going to remember that you got beat by 50 in your season opener. As a coach, rotations have to be better. Nobody outside of Angel, Camilla, and E. Will should be playing the 5 and the 4. I don't care how you got to make it work, stagger it, make it work. Nobody outside of HVL, Ariel Atkins, and Sloop should be playing point. I don't care how you got to make it work, stagger it, but you got to make it work. I don't want to see Rachel Banham running my point anymore. She's not a good point. First off, you doing her a disadvantage because you taking her away from what she's actually good at and catching and shooting by having her bring the ball up and create for other players. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Michaela as a 4. You're not doing her any justice playing her as the 4 and then playing her as at the 4 early on in the game where she's playing starting 4s. Like, it don't make sense. Natasha Howard was having her way with her, and Natasha Howard is just the old Nalissa Smith. It shouldn't have happened.
Yep.
It shouldn't have happened. As a coach, everybody, first off, during the game when y'all start losing by 20, everybody should have been pissed off. But it didn't look like nobody was pissed off. After the game, nobody should have been smiling. Nobody in that locker room, you should have been able to hear a pin drop to me because everybody should have been in their head pissed off. Everybody should be pissed off. Losing by 50 is embarrassing. From the top to the Jeff P should have been pissed off. The Sky owners should have been pissed off. The Sky players should have been pissed off. It can't happen again. It can't happen again. And everybody got to be held accountable. Yes, Tyler rotations and his coaching suck, but also Sloop been in the game 10 years. Rachel Banham been around. Beck Allen been around. Ariel Atkins been around. As a player, as a veteran player, you should have been able to make changes on that court as well.
And B, one of the biggest things, my takeaway from what was said in the post game was Ariel Atkins said we got to do a better job of communicating. And to me, I don't like that. Why do we wait till game 1 playing you on national TV? We already know this is a big game. And we got to wait till after you get your ass kicked by 50 to say we got to do a better job communicating. See, I'm looking at the coach, bro. That stuff you established in day 1 training.
That's why I blame the coach. I blame him.
Camp.
This ain't nobody's problem but the coach.
Communication.
This the coach.
Communication is the first
This
thing
is about
you
80%,
discuss in
Tyler.
the first meeting. Communication is the first thing you have to establish when y'all all get together. That's day 1 material right there. What are we waiting till after game 1 you get smashed by 50? And another thing, look, man, you can't be getting your ass kicked by 50. You're not gonna win every game. But boy, it matters how you lose.
Yeah,
That matters.
simple as that.
Listen, even when we looked terrible offensively last year, we weren't running good plays. We
Nah.
still were competitive.
That
We
was still
still
more
fought.
That's my
We the
point.
bad lineup.
Yup.
Look,
That's my
look,
point.
man. As a player, see, I get what B's saying. B, I'm 25% with you, and this is why. I get what you're saying, but you go through training camp, you go through preseason, you go through whatever film study they're doing, whatever shoot arounds and walkthroughs they're doing, and you got a certain style of play, you got a certain way you're playing, you got certain players you're on the court with, and then you get into game one and you're doing none of that stuff. So maybe for some of the players, it's like, I remember Michaela being right here, and this is what she does when I'm right here. And then you do that for a month and a half. And then you get to game one, and none of the players are in the game with each other who they play with in preseason. They're not running the same sets. At some point, it just throws your equilibrium off. Because basketball is about muscle memory, especially when you've been around so long. You build that up. Like new players, they can just come in the game and be willy-nilly. That's why I didn't like playing with freshmen. Like they come in the game and be all willy-nilly. It's hard to know where they're gonna be on the court because one moment they're in the corner. That's why y'all watch basketball games sometimes, and somebody done made a quick pass and that player's not right there no more. Because they're young.
Yeah.
They're young, and we haven't created that muscle memory with them yet. And they don't know where to be on the court yet. They just run around. You can't mix a lineup up in a high environment game like that. HBL was getting some of the most minutes off the bench in all the preseason games. All of the training camp practices I've seen on Instagram, and then you come in game one and she don't even get no playing time. Rebecca Allen was playing with Camilla. Camilla and Rebecca Allen never played together Saturday. Never. They never played together. That's what I mean. Be like, it throws your. That's why I say I'm 25% with you. The players do got to take accountability for how they played. That's why I agree with Show. You can't get beat by 50. They ain't no normal score. People are passing, people are glossing over that score. They lost by 50. That's not normal.
No.
And you wonder why people are crashing out.
35.
You wonder why people are crashing out. They didn't lose by 15 and never led in the game. I would be cool with that. You lost by 50 and you never led.
Never led.
That's not normal.
And not the one time. The only person I saw mad was Angel. She's the only one I saw pissed off. Everybody else had a straight look. I would have been throwing chairs, getting texts, something, bro. Like, show that you care. Show that you bothered. Show me that you bothered by losing by 20. Show me.
And that's what I'm saying. That's all I was saying. Show me that you're pissed. Show me something. He just sitting down. He's sitting down the whole time, just watching the A-whooping. That's it.
Tyler Marsh being soft, and it's the players being soft to me because look, I don't know where they from, but I know where I'm from. Kaylin Clark got checked back into the game to get a triple-double. We would have had 10.
Oh, I'd have fired the heck out of her.
We would have had 10 shot clock violations because they ain't shooting the ball. Who you getting the triple-double on? Not me, not
I'm about to be petty. Not
tonight. Nobody did that. No, oh my God. And
that
then
just showed the softness.
If I'm on the sideline as a coach and I'm Tyler Marsh and we lose about 45, but you just checked your star player back in the game. Angel, get off the bench. Sloop, get off the bench. Ariel Atkins, get off the bench. Because what we doing? No, you're not getting a triple-double on me. No, we ain't even shooting the ball. We ain't even shooting the ball on the rim for you to get it.
That's why you can't get mad when they front run, because what you gonna do about it though? You let them, they out here front running, but you ain't doing nothing about it. Who cares?
Yep.
Like,
that's
like
why
he said.
Okay, so hold on, y'all. Hold on. First of all, we're black, y'all. It's the black panel. We exaggerating. We know they lost by 35. Okay, it's a black panel. Get with it or get lost.
I'm taking all y'all black cards.
They trying to.
I'm taking all y'all black cards in the chat.
Hold on, but look,
all of it.
Tell me, because you was talking. I want something tangible now. We all on the same page. Tyler Marsh. We need to see more fire from him. Tell me, Zoe, you was talking a little bit about the lineup. HD gave me a little bit too, but what's the lineup you want to see?
So they should go with. Look, this season, it ain't a championship season. They gotta put They got to put a competent team out there. Vandersloot got to go to the bench. Kia Nurse got to go to the bench. I'm going Ariel Atkins, HVL, Angel Reese at the 3, and I'm going to tell you why. Rebecca Allen at the 4, and Camilla at the 5. And this is why.
So
They need a shooter at the 4 because Camilla doesn't know how to post. B just said it. Them putting a shooter at the 4 is going to spread the court. Angel Reese doesn't play in the paint anyway. Angel Reese is on the perimeter setting screens, trying to get 15-foot jump shots. Leave her there. Let her stay in her actual offense around the perimeter or inside the 3, like she likes to do. Have her setting high screens. Have her controlling some of the action at the top, making entry passes to Camilla. You bring Rebecca Allen in. Let her run off of nails, put her in the sharp corner, stretch the floor so Camilla don't get double teamed when she turned back over her left shoulder because she doesn't know how to post up. If you watch every time Camilla catches the ball in the paint, she got to go back over her left or right shoulder because she don't know how to post up. That means she's out of position. You bring Ariel Atkins in at the point guard. This team doesn't need a person to get 10 assists a game. This team needs players that can score and play defense. The way this team is set up, you don't need Vandersloot coming in controlling your offense. You're limiting. First of all, if Vandersloot comes in and control your offense, this is the Ariel Atkins you're going to get. If Vandersloot comes in and control your offense, this is the Angel Reese you're going to get. If Vandersloot comes in and controls your offense, you're not going to get the best Rebecca Allen because Vandersloot's game is more pick and roll, methodical, shoot with 5 seconds left on the clock. The game isn't played like that anymore. And then she can't get around defenders to get the ball and penetration. I get she can kick and drive, but when you're too slow to get around defenders, you can't kick and drive because you can't get downhill. If you watch Vandersloot, she stays at the top of the key dribbling the basketball until last second and she passes it to somebody on the wing. Come on, man. We got to wake up and actually know what we're watching on TV. That be going over some of y'all heads. Vandersloot is over the hill. This team is too athletic for Vandersloot. She's limiting their talent. Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese are more talented than that. She's limiting them because of her play style. They got to remove her, let her come in the game with Rachel Bannum and Kia Nurse. That way they don't have to handle the ball because they're just catch and shoot players anyway. And you bring in Ewell and you keep Rebecca Allen or Angel Reese on the court with them. That's how you run the second unit. But at all times, either Angel Reese, Camilla, or Ariel Atkins needs to be on the floor. Tyler Marsh, you can't have no lineup with one of those 3 not in it. You can't. That's your star players. I've never seen a coach bench all 3 of their star players unless you up 20.
Like, what?
Well, I did. I think we got a little tunnel vision here because Teaspoon did it at the beginning of the season last year. Kenny Carter wasn't even playing.
Angel, that was obligation, but that don't count though. That was obligation.
No, but what I'm saying is, we saw that happen last season, and she had to make a change.
That don't count. That was an under the table thing with Jeff P and them. That I don't count that. Jeff P wanted them to start.
Not count it because it happened.
It did, but it don't count because it don't count because she didn't implement that. Jeff P made that deal before the season. This is documented for Dana to start. So once Dana showed she couldn't do nothing, she had to go with what she really wanted, which was Lizzie and Kennedy.
Why she lost her job?
We know that same deal wasn't made by hiring a coach that he wanted to hire.
Oh, I understand that. Jeff P, but I understand that. But that's not on Teaspoon.
No, this is not me shooting Teaspoon. This is not me saying that Zoe is not right. What I'm saying is he's completely right. One of your best players have to be on the court at all times.
No,
and we saw the same thing happen last season where that same exact change had to be made.
No, I understand that, but that wasn't
had to be made.
But the Dana Evans and Diamond Shields was never Teaspoon. Teaspoon never wanted that lineup from the beginning. She wanted Lizzie and Kennedy. She had to do that because that's what Jeff P asked. That's what he made a deal to do because he had ties to Diamond and Dana. So that don't count against Teaspoon.
Yeah.
That don't count against Teaspoon. I understand what you're saying. I know you're not disagreeing, but I'm saying that don't count against Teaspoon. That deal was made with Jeff P to start Diamond and Dana. That had nothing to do with Teaspoon.
You said you still going over your head. It ain't got nothing to do with Teaspoon. It got.
I know it's all Jeff P. Listen. After that, can I go yet, Key? Because I'm finna go in. Listen, I would have fired Tyler Marsh and Jeff P after that game if I was a competent front office, because that was P poor. Even if you do switch the lineup, I don't see him putting Vandersloot on the bench. I don't see it.
It's not happening.
He needs to, but I don't see it, because Vandersloot would not have came back to Chicago if what? She wasn't starting. That was the reason why she didn't re-sign with New York.
Right.
So I don't see that happening. Yes, HPL should start. Yes, Angel should go to the 3. I agree with Prince. I said that on the show earlier today I did with Auntie, that I would move her to the wing and just go from there. But he's not going to do that. He's going to stick with that Vandersloot crap, and he's going to probably mix something in with it. What he needs to do is he has to juggle the minutes. He got to bring her minutes down from 30 to 20. Bring it all the way down 10 minutes. Angel, Camilla, and Ariel, I agree with both of y'all and everybody on the panel. They need to have the most minutes. I don't care if they drop. They got to have the most minutes, because Maddie Westbell, like Show said, looks like she's 4 years away. She do. She don't even look good in preseason. She was terrible. Then you got who? Kia Nurse. I told y'all, Kia gonna start because Ona Werye is not good. She's just not good. So he's going to start that BS because of his deals he does. Jeff P put this roster together, let's be for real, for optics. He don't care about anything about being successful. He just wanted it to be optics so they don't get the backlash they got last year. It has nothing to do with talent or nothing. Because if it had to do with talent, why would you draft or have the draft class you had? That's a weak draft class we had. Let's just be honest. It was. Ariel Atkins, great move. I love Atkins since Texas. Now, you go and get Sifka. Why? Can't use her. Maddie Westbell, basically the same player, just a poor version. Then you got Koulibaly. You could have kept Tilly Bowler. Tilly Bowler would have gave you something better than them. And that's how I know he don't know what he's doing. This lineup, the only way it's going to work, because he's not going to bench Sloot, he has to play one of the starters. I agree with everybody with the bench. The bench is trash. The bench is an F. Tyler Marsh, F. Everything's an F right now. So you have to, as a coach, if you're going to be a puppet with something up your butt, you're going to have to do that. That's what he's going to have to do.
Right.
And I'm good. I'm good. I have to get that out. I'm good.
All I'm going to say is this, man. They got to figure it out. You either going to barbecue a meal, do single swim. And I'm going to tell you this. Y'all got, to me, I ain't trying to hear all this building for the future. In 2 years, you ain't got your stuff together, man. Please send Angel somewhere else so she can go grow. And Camilla, let them go grow. Let them go somewhere else, and somebody else gonna develop into the players that they supposed to be. Oh, because to me, Angel and Camilla can easily be there on other teams. How can you produce when you have no structure around you? You don't even have enough scoring on the court. HBL got a battle minutes with two players that weren't even getting rotation minutes from their team last year.
Showtime. Did you hear what you just said though, Showtime?
Yeah, I know exactly.
We had 2 top 7 draft picks, and we going into year 3 saying we still got to rebuild. I'm trying to listen to how that really sounds.
Yeah.
What do we draft them for? What did we draft them for?
Then you got year 3. Man, let them girls go somewhere else. You can't do nothing with them, man. You wasting time, bro. Ain't nobody got time for this crap, man. I ain't trying to hear all them. I can't stand somebody that just read a script and just tell you something that you want to hear. Ain't nobody stupid. Either you know what you're doing, or you don't. Simple as that. Let's move on.
Facts. in my opinion, they've been showing me they don't. But we'll see by the end of this year for sure. I think it'll solidify whatever we think. But obviously, we saw a couple things happen in the game: a take foul plus a flagrant foul from Caitlin Clark. On Angel Reese. It's been a big thing. The W is doing an investigation into it. So I want to ask each one of y'all, just give me a straight up answer. What do y'all think that the W can do to establish a safe environment for all players? B, I want to hear from you first.
I think first and foremost, the W have to actually take the investigation serious. WNBA sometimes just say they doing stuff and nothing comes from it. Actually, I think they have to actually take the investigation serious. I think they should reach out to the right parties to confirm or deny if things actually happen. Although I know they actually did, but that's something for another day. But I think the slowness in which the investigation, you stated yesterday that you're investigating. It's not hard to have by today if it actually happened. Like, it's racism. It actually happened or it didn't happen. We don't need a week for you to sit on your hands to figure out if it happened or not. It was one game. It wasn't like it was a whole season. It was one game. One game. You just have to go back to what transpired in that one game. I think it's sad because it's the same with the NBA. Players shouldn't have to be subjected to some of the things that they're subjected to. They should actually be allowed to go on the court and entertain and play a game that they like to play. And unfortunately, they can't because of the placement on where some of these teams are located. We don't need a history lesson on Indiana because we already got the history lesson on Indiana. Like, and it's not saying all Fever fans are racist. I think every time somebody say something, everybody generalize it to all. It's not saying that all Fever fans are racist, but we all learned in school that one spoiled apple ruins the bunch. And my thing is that they have to take the investigation serious. And I don't know if they're taking the investigation serious or not. Like, they just have to take it serious because it shouldn't happen. Like, it just shouldn't happen. And to openly have someone, I don't even want to get this person platform, but the owner of Barstool, there's no way he should be able to sit on the sidelines of an Angel Reese basketball game when everybody clearly see half the things he say about her. Kathy see it. WNBA see it, and I don't want to hear, we don't see that type of stuff. We're not engaging. You see it. He clearly has hate for her. He hates her with all capital letters. He shouldn't be able to attend or be within 100 feet of that girl, period, of any player, period. So I just want to see the WNBA take it serious, honestly.
Facts. I mean, I think some tangible things that they can do is a no-nonsense policy. I think also the teams need to implement their own investigations when the WNBA says they're doing one. You need to show allegiance as a team and say, okay, we're opening one as well, okay? And it needs to be a no-nonsense policy. It don't need to be this whole, we investigated it a couple of days, Dave will be banned for la games or a lifetime. It needs to be a no-nonsense policy to send a message. There's always that one person who, unfortunately, when they do something, you got to be the person who's the example. And they need to make an example out of somebody that what you're doing in these stadiums cannot be done, period. You know what I'm saying? And they need to do a lot more with that little no hate campaign that they just launched or whatever the case may be. They need to do a lot more with that. I'm going to go as far as to say, as far as Angel Reese, she probably would never do this, but I'm not going to lie. Angel Reese also, she going to have to at some point start suing people like Cardi B did. She's going to have to do that. to show people blogs, all of that stuff, y'all gonna stop lying. Y'all are quite literally lying on me. So I'm gonna take all your money and you ain't gonna have no blog no more. Or you're gonna stop speaking on me on your blog. You can speak on other people, but you won't speak. Cardi B did that to Tasha K. She don't talk about Cardi no more. So at some point that has to happen because I'm sick of seeing the lies and straight up like a lot of that stuff being spewed and all of that. So, you know, like the RG3, all of that, if you could find the basis in what they're saying publicly, sue them. Make an example out of somebody to stop them from doing this because I'm sick of it. That's where I'm at with it. So Angel also, at some point, I would like to see her stand on business and sue seriously at this point when it comes to her. And so those are the tangible things I feel like that they can do to make the W safer. So, but we'll see. I personally don't think they'll take the investigation serious, but we'll see how it goes. What about you, Showtime? What's some tangible things you think that they can do to make the W a safer place?
And the WNBA just need, first of all, WNBA needs better journalism going on. I feel like a lot of these people bought and paid for. Old boy from Barstool, like, he's a big part of the problem, y'all. Y'all understand? Like, in one of the greatest, probably the greatest power is influence. When you have these big media outlets telling you that some of the nasty stuff about some of the, you know what they saying about these players, man. Players are bullying, Caitlin Clark, this other stuff, man. Once you start saying that, guess what? Them casual fans gonna bite down on it. They're gonna think it's actually true. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff be so over exaggerated. People fall for the clickbait and all that. It's just too much of that going on. And a lot of this stuff is on the front page too. Clickbait stuff. It's on front page. Why is this on front page? Why is that pushed to the front? It's just a look, man. WNBA got a long way to go. You can't expect your league. You can't expect your league to have a successful league the next 10 years with the same old material, same old storyline. Bro, you gotta have respect for journalism all across the board. We talking about women basketball. They didn't turn this into the politics. This all politics now. You know what I'm saying? And I understand Caitlin Clark is a very popular player. She brought the eyes on the game. The people that the eyes she brought on the game, some of these people just irresponsible. Not all, most of them are very irresponsible people. They're very nasty. They got ugly ways about themselves. If we get past all of that and we just get to the basketball, we'll be okay. But it starts with the media. You understand something? The media is the reason why we had an East Coast versus West Coast beef. That ain't start just in the street. It started in the media. The media outlets were pushing that. East Coast versus West Coast. Pop versus Biggie. Now they doing this with Angel and Camille, Angel and Caitlin. To be honest, two women that just playing basketball. We making it something that is really not.
Yes.
Ain't nothing else going on. They basketball players. They living their dream. They millionaires. We making something big. We making a big deal out of this. Out of women's sports, bro. We ain't even doing this in the NBA. Because there's not responsible journalism. So anybody can just come in and scoop up the game and run with it and push out all this BS and have all y'all fool with it. Because there's nobody is controlling the outlets. You can't say that stuff you saying in the WNBA and the NBA. You guess what? The casual fans they gonna laugh at you. They're gonna say this NBA Central. This a troll channel. The WNBA, a lot of fans wasn't paying attention. So all this stuff that's pushed on the front, they're gonna take it and say, oh, this is really going on. No, that's not really going on. But they selling you that. But that's a terrible way to grow your sport. That's an ugly way. Folks can't even enjoy the games without all the extra stuff. Man, we got to get this ugly stuff out of this sport. This is a beautiful sport you have. You have talent coming in. Get rid of all of this nasty behavior. This guy right here, to me, he needs to be. To me, you got to get him. You got to get all of them bozos out of the WNBA. Get them out of it. Let them go do their own thing. Don't allow them to come into your establishment. That's the thing. Keep them outside of your establishment. Disannounce that man. Disannounce him. Say, we don't approve nothing he's saying. I don't see nobody coming out saying that.
And that'll make a statement, show. That'll make a statement. You have to make a statement.
Get all them folks that's pushing all that nasty stuff, get them out of the way, and you'll be fine. As far as the environments, that's basketball. It's always been like that. You go into these environments, they're gonna say nasty stuff. That's just what it is. We got to be honest. But again, these people that got credibility,
you got to make an example out of them. You
got to get them. Yeah, they bought and paid for
both ways.
You got to get them out the way.
And that's for all players. If Caitlin is experiencing this, it should happen to people that's doing that to her. If Angel, if Asia, if Stewie, if Sabrina, if any player is experiencing something like this, everybody should be held accountable. All these players shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable in doing something that they love to do. He should not be able to sit sideline at any games that has anything to do with Angel Reese or the WNBA. First off, it's a bad look. And if you don't do anything about it, you gonna show your players that you don't even really care about their mental health or how they feel. Because it's clear as day that he has a disdain that's deeper than just basketball for this girl. His dislike for her is deeper than basketball. I can get if it was basketball because it's players that I don't like their play style. I don't like their game. You have that right to not like their game, not like their play style. But once it gets deeper than basketball, it's a problem.
You know, another thing I don't like this, man. Like, all right, so y'all shitted on Angel last year when she said, like, people watch her too, which all of us up here, because we up here, right? A lot of us are here, not just because of Kaylin, because of Angel, but we gonna act like that's not true. That's definitely true. A lot of us, 100%, probably not you, B, but a lot of us in the world, we love Angel. We love Angel. We here to support Angel. But we also love the basketball. So we watching all the teams. We watching all the players. Okay, you try to shame her last year. So now she's trying to move on from that. Here y'all keep trying to beat up the girl over some bullshit. Y'all done made her out to be some kind of villain that she not even a villain. What did she do?
She just played basketball hard.
What did she do? I'm starting to question, have any one of y'all watched NBA?
No, they have not.
The NBA, bro, there's trash talking going on. Dudes are saying, getting personal. You ever heard of Kevin Garnett? I never heard her say anything to Kevin Garnett level. So it's not that deep, right? I've seen players that before these two girls even thought of, that was out there throwing hands and elbows and saying all kind of stuff. We done heard way worse of situations. But y'all are making this out a big deal because one is white, one is black, and this is our way of pushing the WNBA content. If you take out the racism, will we really be having storylines? Will we really be having respectable storylines? I don't think so. But if you love basketball like I do, we gonna watch. But I think a lot of people are more invested into the drama. I guarantee y'all this. I ain't watched no ESPN or Fox. I guarantee y'all this. They talk more about Caitlin Clark push Angel in the back than the actual basketball game. I guarantee you. If I go pull up all they show, that's all they talk about. Because they're more interested in the bull crap. Because that's what they advertise. The media outlets, they advertise this. They hate this girl, hate that girl. Hate is a strong word. Jealousy is a strong word. And who who's gonna be jealous of who when you both got endorsements, you both have money, you both got fame? Who's jealous of who? Nobody. I ain't got no reason to be jealous of nobody. Her clout is big. She can quit this game of basketball. Yeah, class she don't like basketball. She can quit basketball and still gonna make money. So, man, we gotta keep it real, bro. Get all this bullshit about the way.
Yeah. So look, before we get into the next topic, HD, give me your quick, thoughts on how you can establish a safe environment for all players.
I mean, if they were going to do something, they would have did it by now. I mean,
what do you feel like they should do though? I feel you. I feel you. I don't think they're going to do anything they should do.
I know what they need to do. What they need to do is stop pushing black versus white and just push the game, but they're not going to do it. I mean, I've been watching the W since its inception. They're not going to change it. No matter what I suggest, people going to either say you're hating or you don't care. Until they make it about the game and promote everyone, this is what we're going to get. There's no changing it. They won't take accountability. They ain't take accountability in years for their racism in Indiana. What's going to make them take it now? They're just as bad in football as in basketball. So what's going to change? They're going to do the same thing and say, oh, you're being victim. Oh, you're crying. Oh, that's all they're going to do. We live in a tone deaf country. Until you change that, this will continue to be the same. I hate to say it, but that's the way it is. You got to go outside the sport to change it because they feel like I can do whatever I want. You got the personal bar stool on the sideline who just did a hit piece on one of your top popular athletes. Come on, man. Kathy ain't trying to change nothing. Kathy want that racism and right side money. We know what it is.
That's a fact. What about you, Prince?
I agree. Absolutely. Hey, she admitted it. No. You didn't guess. She admitted on TV in front of everybody. When the man said, what about the dark side of the Angel Reese Kelly Club rivalry? She glossed over there and said, well, it brings money. Huh? Okay.
That was the time, show. That was the time for her to change it. And you know what she did? Tone deaf.
Facts. Yeah, Prince, what you think?
I really agree with everybody. The NBA does a good job at doing one thing, and that is standing united with their players. Thanks. No matter what you say about who they promote, no matter what you say about what games they show on TV, who they not giving views to, when it comes, it could be the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
They're gonna stand with their players, and that's one thing about Adam Silver I do like.
Yep, I agree.
For all the negative stuff that we can say about him, with how he promotes chasing money overseas, that's all of that. But when it comes to him and his players, that's their business. They don't let Barstool, they don't let ESPN dictate how they business move. And ESPN has a $77 billion contract with them. And ESPN can't get in between them and their players because it's bigger than money. It's a brotherhood over there. Yep. And see, what needs to happen? This is what needs to happen. This is what really needs to happen. And this how you know the players aren't even in sync. What needs to happen is the players forget the CBA. See, this it's like politics. They keep throwing the president in front of us when our state politicians are the ones that's introducing those laws in our states. A lot of y'all don't really know that. The president can't introduce laws into your state.
Yep.
That's why they behind the scenes set up certain people to be running in certain states. Y'all need to be paying attention to your local elections, not the federal. They doing the same thing with the CBA. They putting the CBA in front of you. But don't boycott the CBA. You need to be boycotting the movement of this league. When that schedule came out and they seen who was getting games, the players should have came together and said, nah, not today. When the WNBA came out and said that only this person matters, only this team matters, at some point, it got to be bigger than that, because this is what they're not realizing. Yes, the CBA is coming up. Yes, you're only getting paid $75,000 or $125,000, whatever it is. Most players are getting that between 80 to 125, right? But this is what they're not realizing. In the NBA, in the NFL, that ain't where most of their money is coming from. It's coming from endorsement deals. It's coming from off the court stuff, because all that NBA money, all that NFL money, that's going to the agents. That's going to taxes. They're making money. All their money is coming off the court. The more y'all don't promote yourselves and stand up for yourselves and keep worrying about that little $1 million you might get in that CBA, that's only a penny to the endorsements you ladies can get if you actually stand together and say we all deserve views. If you actually stand together and say we all deserve marketing, because ESPN, Nike, Under Armour, they not giving y'all no money if they don't know nobody on Dallas Wings exists.
Yeah,
that's what y'all not realizing. Y'all worried about this CBA. The CBA ain't about to set y'all up for generational wealth. Them endorsements deals will, because once you finish playing, guess what's still gonna be coming in? Them endorsement dollars. Allen Iverson retired 30 years ago, and he's still getting paid. He got a lifetime deal with Reebok. Michael Jordan got a lifetime deal with Jordan in Nike. When LeBron retired, when Steph Curry retired, they got $1 billion lifetime deal with Under Armour and Nike. You women, you worried about this CBA, that little $1 million contract. Don't let them dangle that in front of y'all. Y'all should be in united fronts right now in this moment, saying no. Whoever agreed to these TV deals, whoever agreed to this marketing, no, we need to go back. We got our representatives, you bring yours, and we need to redo this right now. They let this, see, the players let this get out of hand. Not Kathy Engelberg. I don't blame her. She gonna always be in the interest of the owners. She works for the owners. She works for the big brands. That's why they brought her in, because she came from the big brands. She brought in corporate dollars. She's doing exactly what they want her to do. I don't blame her. I blame the players for not standing in united fronts, allowing this. Unrivaled just showed y'all getting peanuts. Unrivaled just showed y'all that WNBA isn't treating y'all fairly. Forget the CBA. Y'all should have did that this summer. Forget all of that. I need a new CBA this summer. We ain't playing next year. That's what they should have did. Don't wait till the end of 2026. They dangling that 2026 off season in front of y'all. No, y'all should have sat this season out. Forget next season. Y'all can keep that $75,000. I'm going overseas. Overseas will take it. Y'all not WNBA women. Y'all are not the NBA. It's not 300 of y'all. It's not. All of y'all can go play on an overseas team right now, and they will give you way more than you getting paid right now for one season. I don't know who y'all agents are. I don't know who y'all marketing team is. I don't know who y'all legal team is, but they are failing y'all. All y'all need to let them go. Y'all need to go back to the drawing board together. Go create your own agency. Because this is insane. This is insane. Y'all, they have the fans running $1 billion corporation. I'm done. What is going on?
Nah, I mean, those are all great points. And especially when you've seen the women in the WNBA do other groundbreaking things, like change laws in certain states. They have documentaries on the WNBA women, all 144 of them coming together to make change. So it's kind of like, why wouldn't you make that change in your own league? So listen, I just feel like all those points you just made was perfect. I mean, that was actually. I hope they listen to that. To be honest, because I don't know how you do all of that stuff for other things, and then when it's like, okay, now we got to affect change in our own league and do things for ourselves. But it comes a time and a point, Prince. So it's like maybe it's gonna come, maybe with the lockout and all of that, or if they do that, I don't know. I'm hoping that they
do it early if you're gonna lock out anyway.
So yeah, no, I feel you. I feel that. But look, there was many more games, obviously to this to start the regular season. One of them being Paige Bueckers. What did I say, Bueckers? Paige Bueckers in her rookie debut against the Minnesota Lynx. What do we like that we saw from her? And what are some things that we would like to see from her tonight? They'll be playing, Dallas Wings will be playing Seattle. Showtime On Point Sports will be covering that, by the way, so make sure you go through and check that stream out. But what y'all think about Paige's debut, and what would y'all like to see going into this game against Seattle?
Solid. I give her a C. I give her a C plus to a B minus. I thought defensively, man, look, I was impressed defensively. Defense there, she just missed some shots. There was even a one possession, she guarding the physicality in the post. He couldn't even back her down. Yeah, so it was a couple things I liked defensively. Dallas don't have a Paige Bueckers problem. They have y'all, we really have a conversation.
I've been having that conversation.
Problem. They really got a Rick and Collins problem. And look, I'm gonna say this real quick. McCollins, that's embarrassing. You can't be leaving your holder, man. I don't like it. I don't care if you ain't getting no playing time. I don't care if the coach don't believe in you. You can't be separating yourself from the team, leaving the huddle early. I mean, whatever happened, it's not a good look. You gotta stay professional. Other than that, man, I think Paige we're gonna be just fine. If she would have made her shots, great game. She had a couple good looks. She made a couple good shots, tough shots too. She looked like she belonged in the WNBA. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. I thought she had a good debut, to be honest. I give her a B. Because one thing about Paige, even if her shot's not falling, she's doing all the other things, being a leader, and showing up in ways that's not on the stat sheet. I mean, we've seen Paige games where AZ showed up, and Paige didn't show up, as far as efficiency or making buckets. But I still felt like Paige was the better player on the court, or they wouldn't have won if it wasn't there, even though AZ made more shots. So I personally think her rookie debut was a B. I think she did good. I think the same thing I've been saying. I think we'll see a mid-season trade with Enrique if they don't get the kinks out. The way it's looking is muscle memory for Enrique, which I don't know if that's a muscle she can change, but she's still playing the same way, and she has to change her game to play with Paige. So at the end of the day, I think that's a mid-season trade we might see happen. Or they call it a wash and I just don't see them I see it happen. I don't see them letting her go for nothing. But they need bigs, so it's like maybe they trade her for some bigs. Who knows? But I think Paige was a B. I think she was straight tonight. I want to see, but y'all already know how I feel about Paige. The panel knows. Like, I want to see more from her. I want to see her turn into Enrique. I want to see her shoot more shots. Like, I want to see more from her. She, to me, should have that rite of passage. But she looks like she ain't skip a beat being in the W, and she looks like she fits. What you think, B? What do you think of her debut?
I like Paige's debut. I'm excited to watch her tonight. Like I said, I think Paige can do a lot of things on the floor outside of just score the basketball. And we saw her kind of try to do that. I would personally like to see, I don't know what was the point of going to get a Paige and still allowing Enrique to run the team. That last game, Enrique, I think, had the ball in her hand a little bit too much, and I think they should allow Paige to do that. get what you can get out of drafting her. And one of the things that she can do well is pass the ball. And I think the coach has to trust her in passing the ball. To me, I think they may have a starting lineup problem. If Tierra McCowan is not going to play her size, then maybe she needs to be moved to the bench and put Naphessa at the 5. But I did kind of see Naphessa struggle on the court as well. And they may have to bench Naphessa and bring in a Maddie Seegers. Maddie Seegers look good. And I think adding her to Paige and Enrique and having 3 great scorers on the court with Tierra and probably Dejanay can help this team. But Tierra McCowan is the question mark. She is going to continue to be their question mark until they figure out what to do with her. But yeah, Dallas looks like what I thought Dallas would look like.
Facts. What you think about Paige's debut, HD?
I don't think Enrique took enough shots. I looked at it differently from you guys. I didn't like Coach Klein's game plan. I thought his game plan was trash. You should have moved Big T before the season started because she just doesn't fit this team. She don't fit the bench. She don't fit the starting lineup. I would have had Naphessa Smith coming off the bench. I've been saying Seegers should have started Hines at the 5 because it's more fast-paced for Paige. I wanted Enrique to take more shots because she needs to get into – she's a volume scorer. She's not going to be that role that you like from a Kelsey Mitchell or somebody. That's not her game. And they knew this. So in order for it to work, she's going to have to take her shots, and Paige is going to have to do what she did at Connecticut. She's going to have to play to the flow of the game and get everybody involved. And then when it's time for her to step in, she could step in. I just think it's a filling out process. But if you're not going to trade Enrique, which I thought they should have did that before the season, I would let her take her shots, do what she does. And I say that Paige in that finds her way because that's to me when she's best. I don't want Paige shooting the ball all the time unless it asks her to do that, because if she forces it, she has terrible games like she had earlier last year in college when she tried to force the issue. She was bricking a lot. So I don't want Paige to do that. I want Paige to find her way through the offense, and I think they'll be fine. And then they need to trade Big T ASAP because she don't fit. And Naphessa, you need to go to the bench. I know your girlfriend start, but you got to go off the bench.
Yeah, I will say though, HD. I think if Paige played like she played at UConn, it's a win. She was still magnificent. And then I selfishly would like to see more selfishness. I have seen a statistic though that the more Paige shoots, actually the more efficient she is. The more shots she takes, she's actually more efficient if she takes more shots. I will say that. But Prince, what you thinking about Paige's debut?
I wanted to be a little more aggressive. She need to get in transition a little more, but that's really up to the coach and her running in transition. You won't see the best Paige this year, so I'm gonna temper my expectations that I thought she would have. I thought she would come out and give me 15 and 8 in her rookie season. That might be challenging just because of distribution opportunities and even scoring opportunities, depending on the team. It'll be challenging with good backcourts. It'll definitely be challenging. The Dallas Wings need to get. Everybody made good points, but I'll push back and say Dallas needs to get younger and they need to get more athletic. Dallas and Chicago has the same problem. They're not athletic enough, and both teams don't have a starting small forward. Dejanay is not a 3. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They need a small forward, and they need it now. They need an athletic big, and they need it now. Paige and Tierra McCown, they play styles don't fit. McCown fits better with like a Vandersloot kind of player. She don't fit with a Paige because Paige isn't going to feed the big and pick and roll. If Paige is in pick and roll, Paige is looking to score from the elbow. Paige is looking to attack the rim. Paige gets the ball to bigs and post up sets, not in pick and roll. Go watch her at UConn. Gino knew that. Because she's so athletic on the perimeter, she's not looking to get the ball to the big on the roll. And McCown doesn't roll quick enough for Paige. By the time Paige comes off the roll, McCown's still at the free throw line, and Paige looking to make the action. And McCown's still behind the play. They need to get they need to get even Alyssa. That's why she looks bad. They need to get an athletic. They front court needs to get young and athletic. I will go to Seattle and say, hey, what do you want for Ezzy? Just to throw it out there. At the end of the season. They ain't gonna get it this season. At the end of the season. See what Seattle does and be like, hey, what do you want for Ezzy? You know, go to the Liberty and say, hey, what do you want for Laney Hamilton or Phoebich? Give me one of them. They need an athletic 3 and D3 alongside Paige and Dejanay because Enrique is gone. And they need to get younger in their front court. They bench is fine. I don't mind Ty Harris. They bench is actually pretty okay. I don't mind their bench. They got some pieces on their bench that can work. I could bring like Hine Allen. She's probably going, but outside of Hine Allen, after next year, bring in probably another like backup big. But outside of that, their bench is pretty solid. If they can get them all to come back, because all of them are still kind of in their prime or just starting their prime. They just need to get athletic in their front court, and they need to get a traditional 3, and they'll be all right. Dejanay can work next to Paige at the 2. They need a 3.
Yeah.
That's why I feel
it. I feel it. Okay. All good points, y'all. All great points. I think the last thing I want to ask you guys, since we had all these regular season games this week or throughout this weekend per se, actually, I'm saying this week, throughout this weekend, I want y'all to pick the one team that you felt was the cream of the crop. Just pick one team that you like. You just really liked it. It's one game. It's not saying that you think they're gonna win the championship or anything. But out of the regular season games that we watched this weekend, what team was you like? Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm gonna go first. Get it out the way. I liked what I saw. I actually got a couple. I like what I saw from the Mystics. And
dang, Key.
I'm sorry, HD. I'm sorry. I like I've been saying once the Mystics got our draft picks, I was like, oh, I'm gonna probably end up being a fan. I think they rebuild in the correct way, but whatever. And I hate to say it, and I already know my biggest hater gonna get mad when I say it. I like New York Liberty. I like the way New York Liberty looked. That's one of the teams I thought was the cream of the crop as well. What about you, B? What's the team you would pick?
Y'all finna laugh, but honestly, I don't. None of them, honestly. all the teams that played at home won at home. Outside of the Wings, it's the first game of the season, so having home court advantage on that first game is a thing. I see a lot that all the teams can work on, but I guess I got to pick, so I'll just go with the Liberty.
I got you. Okay.
Even with them, it was some things I was like, oh, the Aces could have beat y'all. The Aces could have beat y'all if they just did this.
Yeah.
I have to go with the Liberty.
For sure. I feel it. What about you, HD?
I love Key. I liked it. I liked it, the Mystics, because of their resilience. They were getting beat bad in both games early. But I liked what I saw from Kiki against the older vet. She surprised me with which lets me know that it was her coach was the problem, like I told everybody. I like the Mercury. I'm not even gonna hold you. The Mercury did what I asked them to do. They put AT at the 5. They brought Maddie's sister in. They ran the floor well. AT was looking like the 4th best player, 3rd best player in the game. Like, I can't even lie, without a jump shot, she dominated the whole game. She made Seattle look terrible. Like, she made them look bad on both ends of the floor from an anchor standpoint and from a floor general standpoint. She dominated. Even when Satu went down with an injury, I thought that would hurt him. It ain't matter. Prince stepped in. They just kept the show going. So I liked it. Monty surprised me because I thought getting rid of Celeste Taylor was going to kind of bring them down. But Monty's defense was just as good, if not better, than Celeste. Sarah's Whitcomb looked better to me there than she did in Seattle last year. I like her around this team more than that team because that team to me was more clunky. So I'm going with the Mercury. I like what I'm seeing. They shocked me. They could, if they keep it up until Kai get back, I would look out for them, man, because Kai is going to be able to play her natural position this year. She was playing the wing. We saw from Unrivaled, she is not a wing. So that's who I got.
Okay. And then Yuzo, what's your cream of the crop team from the regular season?
I like the Mystics as well, but I don't think they're gonna make no real noise.
No, but
yeah,
they still look
I don't
good.
think they're gonna. Yeah, they ain't making the playoffs. But I like what the Lynx are doing. I like what the Lynx are doing. They not letting last year's championship defeat get to them. I know McBride ain't back yet, but they're playing hard even without her on the perimeter. They're guarding great. They're playing great defense as a team. I love the shot distribution. I mean, Courtney Williams has 18 assists and 0 turnovers in 2 games. You know, I mean, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy. A 9-0 assist turnover ratio. Like, wow. I mean, cream of the crop, man. Cream of the crop. I mean, hey, Lynx looking good, man. ACU get it together. I like the Liberty too. I mean, Sabrina came out looking way better than she looked in her rival. Even Stewie was looking old in her rival. She I mean, what she had, Stewie had 25. I mean, they look good. They look good too. Again, like B said though, the good teams, they just held home court down. I mean, Lynx first game was against Dallas. I mean, yeah,
facts. I mean, we just, it's early. We ain't saying nobody gonna win the championship.
I like what I've seen from this weekend though, from the Lynx and the Mystics. I like what I've seen from them this.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming through for another Stars Hoop Central episode where all the stars align. This was another good one. Great topics that we went through. Make sure you subscribe to everybody page, Showtime On Point Sports, B Sports Buzz, I Am Zone Media, HDII TV, and your girl WBB Universe, where I'm gonna hit you with the key facts. Hey, we appreciate y'all support. Continue to subscribe, hit the all notification button so you know every single time that we will go live, drop a video or a short. We're going to definitely catch y'all on the next one. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all be safe out there and go check out the page, the Dallas Wings versus Seattle Storm game. I'm going to definitely be watching. So, hey, y'all be good out there. We'll catch you on the next one.
So,
we out.